In other news, the Department of Justice slammed lawyer Gabriel Villareal for advising businessman Atong Ang not to surrender. Meanwhile, the DOJ said there is still no conclusive DNA findings linking the missing sabongeros to bones recovered from Taal Lake. Here's the report.
The Department of Justice criticized Attorney Gabriel Villareal, lawyer of businessman Atong Ang, for advising him not to surrender, calling it ill-advised and unethical.
The suggestion to not follow the court order by the court na lawful puno issued by a competent court would be, I would say that suggestion is ill-advised and not only unethical but also potentially criminal.
This came after the Santa Cruz Laguna Regional Trial Court issued arrest warrants against Ang and several others individuals for the non-bailable charge of kidnapping with homicide, as well as kidnapping and serious illegal detention in connection with the case of the missing sabongeros. The Lipa City Regional Trial Court later issued another arrest warrant against Ang. According to the DOJ, the advice could have legal consequences for Villareal and his client.
Because it's a lawful order, any resistance to comply with it and disobedience to the enforcement of said warrant is punishable. Meron po yung kaakibat na penalty under the law.
The DOJ urged Ang to face the charges against him.
Face your charges head on. We've said this before. Diba? The law and the courts provide with processes to submit your evidence, to defend yourself. Any witnesses against you, you will have the chance to cross-examine them. And if you are indeed innocent, we want you to prove your innocence. Right? We want you to stand trial and face these charges.
Meanwhile, the DOJ said there are still no conclusive findings that the DNA of the missing sabongeros matches the bones recovered from Taal Lake, where the victims' remains were allegedly dumped, based on earlier statements of whistleblower Julie Dondon Patidongan, also known as alias Totoy. Alias Totoy had previously identified Ang as the alleged mastermind behind the disappearance of the sabongeros.
But I think one thing we should make clear is hindi naman po kailangan na ma-discover ang cadaver or ang katawan bago po tayo magka-finding ng that murder or homicide was indeed committed. Okay? This can be proved through other evidence. And because the case was already filed in court, I think it's very safe to say, no? I think based on the quantum of proof na talagang these crimes were committed irrespective of the fact na walang katawan na tagpuan.
The DOJ added that Patidongan's statements are significant to the case, but clarified that these are not the sole basis for determining the existence of prima facie evidence.
Hindi po yun yung sole basis for making the determination na may prima facie evidence against Atong Ang and the other respondents for the commission of the crimes. Because testimony alone, if not corroborated by other pieces of evidence material to the case, will not suffice.